Picture your first day of college. You're dragging a duffel bag down a hallway that smells like fresh paint and anxiety. Doors are propped open. Music is bleeding through walls. Everyone is performing their best version of "I'm totally fine with this," and you are too. You push open your room door. And there he is. Sitting in the corner. Stacking books. Not by subject. Not by the author. By color. Red on the left. Blue in the middle. Green on the right. He doesn't look up. Doesn't acknowledge the door opening, your bags dropping, your entire existence entering the room. Just keeps placing each book with this slow, deliberate precision, like he's defusing something. You clear your throat. Nothing. You say hi. He looks up, nods once, and goes back to the books. You think, great. I got the weird one. His name is George. But then the first week happens. Your laptop crashes the night before an assignment is due, and before you even finish panicking, George slides us across the desk without looking up from his notes. No big speech. No "you owe me." Just, here. You come back one night soaking wet from rain you didn't predict. You fall asleep annoyed, damp, miserable. You wake up and there's an umbrella hanging on your side of the door. Brand new. Still tagged. Price sticker and everything. He never mentions it. Before your first big exam, you find a chocolate bar on your desk. Your favorite kind, the one you mentioned once in passing, while you were half asleep 2 weeks ago. He remembered. Of course he remembered. He doesn't say a word about it. You start to think, okay, maybe I didn't get the weird one. Maybe I got the good one. Weekends, you two start going out together. Him, you, a few people from the floor. George doesn't talk much in groups. He's not cracking jokes or dominating the conversation. He's just there. Steady. Watching. Listening. But the bill always seems to disappear before anyone notices it arrived. Somehow you always end up at the exact restaurant you mentioned wanting to try. Somehow nobody ever gets left behind or forgotten or left to walk home alone. That's George. He doesn't perform kindness. He just delivers it. Quietly. Reliably. Like a system running in the background that you only notice when it stops. And it never stops. Now imagine bringing him home. Long weekend, second month of school. Your parents are already forming opinions before he steps through the door, because that's what parents do. But George walks in, shakes your father's hand firmly, compliments your mother before she even finishes cooking, laughs at your dad's terrible jokes like they're genuinely the funniest things he's ever heard, and helps clear the table without anyone asking. Your mother pulls you into the kitchen. She looks at you with that look, you know the one, and she says, "That one's a good person. Keep him around." Your father, the man who once gave your high school best friend a 3-year probationary period before fully accepting him, gives George the nod. First visit. The nod. George fits at your table like he was always supposed to be there. And that feeling, that warm, comfortable feeling of he belongs here. Hold on to that feeling. Because that's exactly what he needed you to feel. Second semester. Things shift. Slowly. The way things do when something is wrong but not wrong enough to name yet. Move-in weekend. Think back, everyone's parents were there. Mom's crying in the parking lot. Dad's insisting on one more trip to the car. Your own mother reorganized your side of the room twice before your dad physically guided her out the door. George stood in the hallway and watched all of it. You remember that look now, don't you? You noticed it then, but you filed it away. That expression that wasn't sad, wasn't jealous, just distant. Like he was watching a film he'd seen before. Like he understood exactly what was happening, but it wasn't happening to him. You asked him once. Casually. Your parents couldn't make it move-in day? He smiled. Looked back at his book. No. One word. Door closed. You moved on. But then the holidays come. Campus empties. Everyone scatters home like they've been waiting all semester for permission to leave. And you notice, George doesn't scatter anywhere. He comes home with you again. Happily. Gratefully. But he never mentions going back to his home. Never says a city name, a street, a house. Never says, "My parents would love this," or "We do it differently back home." You ask about siblings. He has none. You ask about his parents. Carefully, gently, the way you ask someone about something that might be tender, and he pauses. Just a half second. Just long enough for the temperature in the room to drop 1 degree. They're gone, he says. You assume he means dead. You feel awful. You apologize. You move on. And you never bring it up again. But now, months later, you're noticing the full picture. No one ever calls him. Think about that. No one. Not a parent checking in. Not a relative asking about grades. Not a childhood friend texting at midnight. No care packages appear at the door. No awkward holiday obligations he has to navigate. No missed calls he steps outside to return. Everyone around you, even the ones with difficult families, has something. Some thread, however frayed, connecting them to somewhere they came from. George has silence. Total, undisturbed silence. And you realize you've been so busy being grateful for him, so comfortable in his warmth, that you never once asked yourself, where did this person come from? It's a Tuesday night. His laptop, your desk, he offered it again. Yours is in for repairs. You're looking for a charging cable in his drawer. You're not snooping. The drawer is just stiff, and when it finally gives, a folded newspaper clipping falls to the floor. You pick it up. You almost don't read it. You're a half second away from folding it back and pretending it never happened. But you read it. 9 words in the headline. Couple found dead in home. Son sought for questioning. There's a photo. 2 people. Smiling. A family portrait kind of photo. The kind you take when everything is still okay, when nobody knows yet how the story ends. And then you see the last name. It's not exactly George's last name, but it's close enough that your stomach knows before your brain catches up. You read fast, the desperate, please let me be wrong kind of fast. A couple. Their home. A fire. Accelerant found at the scene. A 17-year-old son who disappeared before investigators arrived. Never located. The son's name is George. Different last name than the one he gave you. Different city. Different life. Neatly folded and tucked away like it belonged to someone else. You sit there. And everything replays. Every meal he paid for. Every umbrella. Every chocolate bar. Every time he laughed at your father's jokes. Every time your mother said he's a good person. Every time he helped carry something without being asked. You try to hold all of that there, in one hand. And you try to hold this, in the other. And for a moment, they don't fit together. And then slowly they do. Because think about it. What is a person with no past, but someone building one from scratch? What is generosity, endless and quiet and precise, from someone with no family, but a boy who learned early that love has to be earned? That if you give enough, stay small enough, ask for nothing, people will let you in. People will trust you. People will put you at their dinner table and introduce you to everyone they love. He wasn't generous because he had a big heart. He was generous because he had nothing else. No roots. No name. No one left who remembered who he used to be. You were his fresh start. Your family was his replacement. And he was very, very good at this. You fold the clipping back. Exactly how you found it. You put it in the drawer. You close it. That night, he comes back to the room with 2 cups of coffee, one for him, one for you, and sets yours on the desk without a word. The way he always does. You say thank you. He nods. Opens his book. Red on the left. Blue in the middle. Green on the right. You don't sleep. You transfer the following semester. Tell him it's family stuff. He doesn't ask questions. George never asks questions. He just helps carry your boxes to the car, one by one, without complaint. At the end, he shakes your hand, looks you in the eye, and says, "It was good living with you." And here's the part you'll never fully shake. The part that follows you long after you change your number, long after you move across the city, long after you tell yourself you're over it. You believed him. Standing there, knowing everything you knew, holding that secret in your chest like a stone. You still believed him. That's the thing about people like George. They don't fool you by being unlikable. They fool you by being everything you wished more people were. And by the time you see clearly, you've already let them all the way in. So has everyone you love.